Welcome to the Color Red Couch, week 7. I think I got it wrong last week. So Lucas, last week, number 6. This is number 7 with Josh Hoyer. We released a tune called Hustler today on Color Red. Josh Hoyer and the Soul Colossal. Yo, Josh, my man, how are you doing out there in Lincoln, Nebraska? Right? That's right?
Yep, that's right. I'm doing good, man. Just trying to make sense of the new world here and stay productive. And I'm spending a lot of time with my family, so I'm cool with all that. So,
yeah, that's a real blessing about this time. The amount of time we can spend with our loved ones. It's we'll look back on this in a few years to come, and we'll be like, oh, I wish we could do that again, for the family time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we put a track out today, and if I've ever met a natural born hustler in my life, it is Josh Hoyer. And so the tune that came out today is called Hustler from the album Natural Born Hustler, which we recorded at Color Red. I think we recorded this one in October 2019, I believe. Yep. So what's the inspiration if we didn't know?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, the band that I have now, Josh Hoyer and Soul Colossal, when I started it was called Josh Hoyer and the Shadowboxers. And so I wanted to create music that I could, get up in the morning and put on and get ready for my day. And I'm going to conquer the day today.
That's probably why I like your music so much. I was a boxer back in the day. So there you go.
Right on, man. Yeah, I've never been in the ring. And not too good at throwing fists, but I can box shadows pretty good. But so this song's kind of, one of those tunes that, I wanted to put on, to inspire people to make it through tough times. And I think it's pretty fitting for what's going on right now. It's funny how sometimes releases, you can write something a year before it's released. And when it is released, it's actually very timely. So that's
it really feels that, listening to the words and, I mixed it before the shutdown happened. And then the more I've been listening to it since then, getting ready for the release, I was like, wow, it's almost like a premonition.
Yeah. Maybe not as much as Tiger King with the.
Yeah, I know. But that was, I know that was a year before there was any mention of that. I'd ever heard anything about that.
Yeah. What a trip.
I know. It's pretty. How are the guys doing? How's the rest of the band? We miss each other. We miss being on the road. I think everybody's, just trying to navigate right now what's going on. I mean, we were, a full-time band, so that was everybody's living was just kind of wiped away from them. So yeah, you did like 200 over 200 shows last year or something, I think.
Yeah. The band did about 120, and then I did a bunch of solo stuff too. So, but yeah, that's our full-time gig. So. The guys are, they're hanging in there, and, we're ready to kind of get back to things. We're going to try to figure out how to do some live streams as a band, but we want to do it cautiously, obviously, right, and protect people.
But you've been doing some great solo live streams. I've checked a few of those out, been sharing those, and you wrote a whole new album basically and recorded it with the backing track and did a whole live stream with that, didn't you, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, man. I was really at a loss for what to do when, you get 3-4 months of work just yanked out from underneath you, and you got more time on your hands than you're used to. Of course, I love spending time with my family, my daughters and my wife, but, we're just born to create and born to work. And when you're used to working at such a pace, I had to put that energy somewhere. So I just went in the basement and started writing, and boy, it came out. And, yeah, man. I think, times like this, we realize the value of art. We realize the value of music, maybe even a little more. People are missing having that experience on a weekly or daily basis, depending on how much you get out and do it.
Yeah, maybe we all took it for granted a little bit, I'm sure we did.
Yeah. And it, just that human bond between people when you go to a show, and what music is for is, to uplift each other and really bring people together, let them know they're not alone. So it's been interesting doing some of the live stream stuff by myself, in my basement staring at the computer screen, but also seeing that the connection is still there. Like people are still craving, that connection through music. And so you see the little emoticons floating to the top of the screen, you're affecting people.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
interesting.
It's not quite the same way as seeing someone dance and people throwing their hands up, but at least you get a little, or a little apart.
Yeah, definitely not the vibe that I'm used to. Nobody's used to, but
Yeah.
it shows it still has an effect on people, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, this is Josh Hoyer, and tell us a little bit about your background, because you're kind of new to our kind of close scene. Obviously you've been out there hammering away for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, man. Well, I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, and people don't think of Lincoln, Nebraska as like a music hub.
They don't think of Swansea, Wales as a funk city either. So yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's we do have a good music scene here in Nebraska, though, and there's that's kind of how I was into music when I was a child, and did the choir thing and band thing in school. But there's a scene here, mostly focused around blues, and so there's a little club in Lincoln called the Zoo Bar. Fits about 100 people, but we have all the touring artists that have come through from Chicago to Kansas City, or passing through to the West Coast, and we're a good stop, for people in the middle of nowhere. And so for a couple decades, I was seeing these great blues artists in a tiny venue. Actually booked bands there for a while too, for almost a decade. But that's kind of where I got my tutelage was there, and my love for live music and how it can affect people. And like I said, most of that was blues music and great blues artists. And I also spent some time in New Orleans, lived down there for a while, and
What year did you live down there? Because I was there for a couple of years.
That was back in 2001.
Oh, wow. So way back.
Yeah. So, spent that time there, and, I've always just kind of been a writer, and I'm self-taught on piano, and always kind of just enjoyed writing my own songs. And, I have a pretty wide range of influence, from blues to jazz. I used to just listen to jazz was it. Mm-hmm. Funk and all kinds of just different influences. And then I kind of just, melded into something that's my own.
You surprised me actually on one of those live streams. You busted out the saxophone. I do remember you saying something about it, but I totally forgot. And then I'm like, wait, who's playing sax? And I look on the screen and it's you. And I was like, I was a little confused because I know you used to piano player, organ and singing, but that was cool. You're a good player.
Yeah, I need to work that back up. That was my first instrument. So, it's just ever since I've taken over the
Junior Walker vibe going on there.
Hey, man. Yeah. I just play the blues. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing. Just that expression will never get boring to me. Some people say that the blues is boring, but I think if you do it right from the right place, that it's always gonna. It just speaks to people, and it always will. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Anytime I got to tell people about my past, it's always just so. I don't know. I spent a lot of time traveling around. I lived in my van for a long time, just kind of bumming around. I would write songs and try to play with people. I played out on the West Coast in Eugene, Oregon, and I lived in like Memphis out of my van for a while. I lived in New Orleans. I moved out of the van and into an actual apartment, which was good. But yeah, man, just kind of bounced around a lot, and music was always the center of it. So finally, settled back down in my hometown, Lincoln, in about 2003, and started forming projects, and then eventually finally went on the road for the first time. But I was, that was only 8 years ago. Right. So I was 35 years old, finally said, you know what, I'm going to try to do something with this and get out and do this. which is later than most people if they're trying to be a touring musician.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, you know, it took us a long time to get to America, which is really where we found our audience. But we'd been cranking away for, I guess, 8 years before we even came to America. Or maybe a little less, maybe 5 years. And when we came and played Chicago, we were like, oh shit, we've been in the wrong place all our lives. This is where our audience is. So yeah, we felt like we had a bit of a late start as well. So I get that.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a tough business, but I can't see myself really doing much else. This is the thing that just, you know, I just always come back to playing and always come back to writing. The main thing is writing, and you know. I
mean, you write great songs. You know, great kind of soulful blues songs. But yeah, I mean, the whole album that we've made, it's so great. We've already. I guess, have we done 3 singles so far? We've done The Night, Atomic, which was, you know, I love producing that tune, that whole kind of doo-wop sound, which I've never experimented with that really. And that was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Automatic was, it's a nice blend of like daptone stuff mixed with doo-wop from the 50s, maybe some other influence in there. It's first time I ever did strings too on a actual string.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, pretty sweet.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think I've ever mixed strings before. I've always wanted to. I've never known any string players, but any string players out there want to put some sections on any of my tunes? Feel free, hit me up. I love strings, man. Yeah,
that was actually Benji Kushner's daughter, Marina.
Oh wow!
I wrote out parts, had those all wrote out for her, and she did that. It was a 4-part layering, and she did that like in 2 hours. Nailed it.
Cool. Yeah, Benji's the guitar player in Soul Colossal. Great player, super smooth. He's got that kind of Booker T. I always forget the name of the guitar player in Booker T and the MGs, but yeah, he's kind of got that sound. And
Benji's gonna kill me for not saying that right now too. I know his name. I don't know. It's amazing. It's Cropper. The older I get, that happens, man.
I used to be able to put a record on and tell you every single player what they played. Even I'd know the upright bass player on every Blue Note record, and now I'm struggling to find the name of the actual lead player on it. But that's age. Never mind. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, my man. It's good to catch up. And I'm excited we got this track out today, and I'm excited for the rest of the album to be unleashed on the world in the next coming weeks or coming months.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. These songs, they just, I don't know. That's my thing. These songs really mean something. And I think that connection between humans is more and more essential the more that we're apart from each other. And so, I don't know, man. I just hope people take a listen and let it, let them know they're not alone. That's the main thing.
And I love that you write songs. I write grooves. You write songs.
I try to combine both. I try to keep it funky, enough for the butt, but good for the mind and the heart too.
Yeah. No, I'm getting influenced by people like yourselves and producing people like yourselves, because I feel like I'm starting to write, more song-based things rather than just kind of like straight groove orientated stuff. So it's been a great process the last couple of years, producing totally different people and getting different people's influences into Color Red. So
yeah, man, that's been a huge honor to be a part of the family and just listen to all the great music that you're putting out. I finally feel like we've kind of found a home, because we bounced around so much, and we've lived kind of in the blues world, but we're not a blues band. It's maybe rooted in blues, but right. I feel like Color Red provides a home for a lot of people, man, that you can't really put them in just one category, and I love that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big idea, was to build a community, and we're just expanding that more and more, especially in this time. So.
Yeah. Right on, man.
We'll keep doing it.
Right on.
Let's hope we can run into each other soon and make some more music.
For sure, man.
Meanwhile, let's take a listen to Hustler.
All right. Yeah, for sure. This one will get you going.
Yeah, man. All right. Talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay, brother.
Bye, man. All right. That's my good friend, Josh Hoyer. Great tune that came out today, Hustler on Color Red. It's Josh Hoyer on the Soul Colossal. Coming up next, we got DJ Williams going to be joining me, and we got a new tune coming out called Iron Fist next week. So check in for that, and take care out there. Bye.